the affinity diagram. What is it all about, and how do we use it to solve problems, to generate ideas? Now, what is affinity diagram? Affinity diagram is the organized output from a brainstorming session. It is the diagram containing ideas that are grouped after they are generated according to their affinity or similarity. A diagram containing ideas that are grouped after they are generated and are worked upon according to their similarity. That is affinity diagram. The affinity diagram organizes a large number of ideas into their natural relationships. A large number, varieties of ideas into their natural relationships. It is used to generate, organize, and consolidate information related to a product, process, complex issue, or problem. To generate, to organize, and consolidate information that is related to a product, process, or a problem. When could the affinity diagram be used? When confronted with many facts or ideas. When issues seem too large and complex to grasp. Then when group consensus is needed, is necessary, the affinity diagram could be used. What are the steps required in using it? The first step is record each idea with a marking pen on a separate sticky note or card. Step 2, look for ideas that seem to be related in some way and place them side by side. Step 3, begin a discussion with the theme. Step 4, combine groups into subgroups if necessary, if appropriate. Here is an example showing how the affinity diagram could be used as it is being used in many organizations today. Now, this example shows a manufacturing team of an organization using the diagram to organize a list of potential performance indicators. The figure shows the list the team members brainstormed, and some of this list includes percentage purity, percentage trace meters, maintenance cost, the number of emergency jobs, the weight of items produced, environmental accident, material cost, overtime cost, number of pump seal failures, viscosity, CPK value, safety, percentage rework or reject, hours downtime, percentage uptime, percentage of OSHA recordables, that is occupational safety recordables, amount of customer returns or number of customer returns, customer complaints, overtime, total hours worked, raw material utilization, yield, utility cost, part per million water usage, color, service factor, time between turnarounds, hours worked, employee turnover, amount of waste generated, housekeeping score, percentage capacity filled. Now, these are the performance indicators, potential performance indicators of this particular organization. Now, let's see how this is arranged according to the use of the affinity diagram. Now, this diagram shows the arrangement, the grouping of the ideas listed by the team members. And these groupings are according to their natural relationship, their natural pattern, the things they have in common. The team members wrote each idea on sticky notes and placed the notes in random order on a rarely used door. Now, over several days, everyone reviewed the notes and moved the notes into related groups. Some people reviewed the evolving pattern several times. After a few days, this diagram was produced. Now, on the first quadrant, you have product quality. And under product quality, you have sets of related parameters. You have percentage purity, percentage trace metals, color, viscosity, part per million water usage, CPK values, which is process capability index values, customer complaints, number of customer returns, percentage rework or reject. All of these are under product quality and they are related. They all have something to do with quality. They are key performance measures or indicator relating to quality, the quality of the product. The next quadrant is maintenance. Under it, we have maintenance cost, number of pump seal failures, number of emergency jobs, hours downtime, percentage uptime, service factor, time between turnarounds. These are the key indicators of maintenance. Then the next is manufacturing cost. We have overtime cost, overtime total hours, raw material utilization, maintenance cost, material cost, yield, utility cost, hours worked, and employee turnover. Then we have the next one, safety and environment. We have the number or amount of occupational safety hazard recorded, days since lost time, the amount of wastage recorded, environmental accidents, and housekeeping score. Then we have volume, the quantity of items produced and the capacity filled. So these are the categories, the groupings of the performance indicators listed by the teams as shown on the previous uh, table.